Hey everyone, and welcome back to the shadows that run alongside our car. We are going to play the second road today. I guess we're gonna play from the perspective of the guy whom I'm gonna name Ponyboy again just because it was really funny the last time. Okay, well, you already know the game, so no further explanation is necessary. Let's jump right into it. And we will see the road through his eyes. Got it! I put the pedal to the floor. The wheels screech as we pull out into the lane. The car swerves, but it doesn't really matter. There's no one else out here as far as the eye can see. The abandoned station shrinks behind us until it's gone. And then it's just us, in the long road. Silence. The world outside the window passes by us in abstract, like the whole world's given up on having any meaning. We drive in silence. That's it. That's the whole game. After a while, I hear the faint buzzing of the power window being rolled down. You sure that's a good idea? It's not like zombies are just going to hurl themselves at the moving car. Fair enough. Well, that was a thrilling conversation. So, guess this is kind of strange to be asking after 3 whole days, but what's your name anyway? Right, we never did introduce ourselves. It's... Okay, let's let her have the name Shelby. Hello, Shelby. Well, nice to officially meet you then, Shelby. My name's Dustin. Maybe it's not a good idea to name him Ponyboy because it just made me laugh, and this game is not really about laughing, so... okay, your name's Dustin. Okay. Oh. The car shudders briefly as we rumble over a series of potholes, but then the road smooths again. The humming of the engine reminds me of a storm brewing far off on the horizon. Beyond these occasional noises, we sit in silence. Again. So, what were you doing before everything happened? Oh. Wow, that's the first time she's actually started a conversation. Guess I'm not so intimidating after all. What was I doing? God, what was I? A whole lot of nothing. I bet that sounds super impressive, huh? Just a scruffy drifter. Not so sure she wants to hear that. I dodged the question, bend the truth. Let's bend the truth. I was moving, cross-country. Then everything went south. What about you? This ride is yours, right? Yeah, well, it's really my dad's car, or it was. Even when he was alive, though, I was the only one who ever drove it. Guess he didn't. Sorry, never mind. It's okay, the booze would have killed him eventually anyway. Silence. Pretty quiet in here, huh? Surprisingly, not much noise at the end of the world. Do you think there are any radio stations left? I'd be pretty shocked if so. Reckon it couldn't hurt to look though. She's fiddling with the dial. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna find anything. Static comes in and out in waves. Every so often the distortion gives the illusion of an actual sound, but then it goes right back to nothingness. Just then, though... Hang on a sec, go back down. I think I actually heard something. The noise phases in and out. Then, as something comes into auditory focus. Mariachi! I missed that noise. No! Is that mariachi? I can't contain myself. The sound is unmistakable. Horns blare joyously over the static in a sick fanfare, while a man's voice wails soulfully over it. I'm laughing so hard I nearly piss myself. Shelby's nearly there too. That was not what I was expecting. Who the hell's out there running this? Of all the music that could be left. Man. I sink back into the driver's seat, letting my mind drift to the music. The dissonance is almost comforting. As the fractured chords wash over me, I try to pretend that I'm lounging in a truck bed somewhere. Out in the sun, mid-afternoon, shirt damp and dirty from a hard day's work. For a moment, I almost believe it. The music falls short for a few seconds before starting up again. Wait, isn't this the same song again? Oh, it's probably on an endless loop, because why wouldn't it be? Sure seems that way. Guess it's just ghosts on the waves after all. And the undead aren't exactly interested in DJing. What do you think a zombie to even listen to? Is death metal too obvious an answer? Rob Zombie? Or maybe they're all into baby metal these days. I don't know, I think the Grateful Dead seems more apt. You know, I've always wondered this, but what are they grateful for exactly? Maybe they finally found themselves some peace. Peace, huh? I wish they'd let the rest of us have some. Ain't so bad right now, anyway. Well, except for that. I shake my hand at the radio controls. I looked it up. Baby metal is actually a Japanese metal band. They're pretty cool, I think. So, what are you into anyway? Music-wise? I really like Alanis Morissette. Top 40 hits, that sort of thing. You? And don't tell me it's baby metal. Will you judge me if I say I actually haven't heard of them? No, that might be for the best. What do you listen to then? Most people look at me and expect me to be into the Stones or Marley or something, but... well, you'll probably actually judge me more for this. Try me. Aber... Just as I thought, she starts laughing at my expense. It's a nice sound though. I'm not gonna be poetic and say that it sounds like music or anything like that. Still, it's good to hear. Told you. No, it's fine, the music's catchy. I mean, my parents listen to ABBA, but it's fine. Your parents? Yeesh. How old are you anyway? You seem a bit young for Alanis. How old do you think I am? I am pretty sure there is no right answer to that question. Except for that one. I'm 22. Shit. God, that's so young. She's practically a kid. What was I doing when I was 22? Still wasting my life, I reckon. Wonder if she's been to school. That young and the whole damn world's crashing down around her. I try not to make a face, but I can see my knuckles going white as my fingers grip harder into the wheel. This music's kinda similar to ABBA, isn't it? All peppy and stuff. You should be happy to have it. That's sure an optimistic take on it. Alright, enough of you. I reach down and turn the volume knob to a sharp left, and the radio blissfully goes silent. Farewell, wailing man. Now it's just us again. Did you ever expect things to end up this way? It's getting dark, huh? The sun sets so late in the summer. Ignoring me or a sore topic? Sore topic. I guess she doesn't want to think about it. I can't say I blame her. I'm a bit surprised we still have any light at all at this hour. Especially with all the streetlights and all. Especially without the streetlights and all. It's like the sky's just been saving it up. Looks a bit like a dying fire. Kind of fitting for the end of the world. So, you never really told me what it is that you do. I mean, doesn't have to be a job or anything, but, well, What do you like to do, or what did you before everything? Actually, I worked a lot. I didn't really have time for much other than that. I would wake up, shower, go to work, have a lunch break, back to work. Get off work, eat dinner, and watch TV for a few minutes before passing out. And then the whole thing would start all over again in the morning. That was about it. I guess that would be most people's story. It's tough out there. Was tough. Probably tougher now. All kind of pointless in the end, isn't it? You work your damn tail off and everything goes to pot anyway. And you just wonder why you didn't spend your time better, you know? Yeah. But I guess that doesn't matter either way. So what about you? I'm sure you didn't spend all your time listening to ABBA. Ah. I used to travel a lot, looking for work and stuff. I suppose you could call me a bit of a nomad. Well, that sure is lofty. That sounds really cliché. Not really, it sort of suits you. To tell the truth, I haven't really had much purpose in a while. I've just been getting by. When you can't find something to do, you sort of lose yourself. It gets to a pretty dark place. Got to the point I used to wish I could just take a vacation from life. Guess I got my wish, didn't I? Wishes never do come true the way you expect them to, huh? Yeah, monkey's paw. I don't think she knows I've noticed, but she's been pressing at her gut a lot. Wonder if she's still alright. Since I first ran into her, she's been in a rough way, and I'm not sure it's gone much better. We probably should have looked for some more bags of that ginger stuff. Ask if she's nauseous, comment on her hand. Ask if she's nauseous. Still feeling nauseous? Oh, that's exactly what the guy said in her room. Huh? Oh yeah, it's gotten a little better, but I'm just exhausted, which doesn't help things. You know how it is. I do, but Christ, I'm really not equipped for this. I know first aid, I can stitch up a cut, but gastric distress is a bit beyond me. See, that's what I thought she had at first, like some sort of intestinal stuff, or maybe even, what's it called? Appendix! I meant appendix! And I thought she had some sort of appendicitis, like, you know, inflamed appendix. Like that sort of thing that you can't really cure without medications or an operation. But yeah, turns out she didn't. You think we should stop and rest? Nah, like it or not, we'll be stopping soon anyway. Braking would just waste gas. Right, the fuel. If everything wasn't so weird these days anyway, I'd call it suspicious that there was only a single tank's worth left. Not much we can do about that, though. Onwards it is, then. Do you ever wonder, like, why us? How did we make it this far? And is it really such a good thing that we're still alive? Huh, didn't I used to? Honestly, I try not to think so hard about stuff like that. If I stop to wonder what my own life was worth, It's a dangerous train of thought, I'll tell you that. We're here, that's what matters. Despite it all, we're here and we're safe. The how and why of it is just garnish on the salad. You know, I didn't believe it at first. I mean that we were really facing the apocalypse or whatever. So the first couple months I just kept working, kept on like everything was fine. And then... Listen, you don't gotta answer me if you don't want, but... Your old man? What happened? My dad? So, he needed more beer, right? Of course he did. He was a deadbeat alcoholic. But they wouldn't even let him in our nearby liquor store anymore, so he wandered off to another one. Just so happened that that part of town was infested. It took a while before I even noticed, since he wasn't really any different from usual. It's pretty pathetic, huh? But so was my dad. And in the end, I won't be doing much better. Great. Now I feel like I want to puke. Hey. Please don't say things like that, Shelby. One of us has to keep this up. Rest hand on hers, let her be. I kinda want to know how it plays out the other like, if I do other things than what I experienced with Shelby, or, you know, the girl. But I also want to hear his thoughts on this, which are not as much as I had hoped it would be. Well, let's just do it. I slide my right hand off the wheel. Her hand is resting by her leg near the center console, so I reach over. I like his bracelet. I thought she might pull away, but she doesn't. Her shoulders fall, and I think I hear her sigh. Wow. Her skin feels really cold. Is that normal? Maybe because the window's open? Maybe it's because she's sick. Really wish I knew a bit more medical shit right about now. Actually, if she had a fever, shouldn't she be hotter? A chill like that can't be normal. It's not even that cold in here. But we're still here, just remember that. Until that changes, there's still time. Things might never get any better. It'd be stupid to assume that they would. But while we're still breathing, there's hope. That's pretty cheesy, isn't it, huh? Anyway, I'm sorry about that. About your dad, I mean. Even if you didn't get on with him, I bet it must be hard, losing someone that close to you. Yeah, I guess. It all happened so fast, I'm still trying to come to terms with it. I wouldn't worry too much. There's no wrong way to feel. I guess I'm almost privileged. No one I care about has been around in a long time. I wonder if there's anyone else still out there. I wonder if they're stuck out here like this. I wonder if we'll ever know. If the car's clock is set right, it's nearing 1 in the morning now. The road is as dead as it ever was, but it somehow feels even emptier, more sinister. Like all the shadows behind us are teaming up into a hungering mass, just waiting to swallow us whole. My eyes are getting heavier. We can't stop now, though. We've still got so much farther to go. Even if we... Hey, Dustin. There's something I need to tell you. She puts her hand on her stomach again. Latent instinct tell me not to take my eyes off the road, but I do anyway to look at her. She looks real bad. Worse than I've seen yet. A couple times she opens and shuts her mouth. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? I should have said something before. I wanted to, but I was scared. I'm still scared. Damn it. God damn it, I shouldn't have known it. I've heard so much unreliable crap about the symptoms, but I guess they weren't so full of shit after all. Hey, stop. It's okay. But I just... keep calm, alright? We don't even really know how this all works, so maybe there's a way. Does it hurt? Not as much as I expected it to. I mostly just feel cold and hungry. I'm not even sure if that has anything to do with being bitten. If it wasn't for this, I might think I just imagined it. I wish I was dreaming right now. I wish this wasn't reality. Fuck it all. I thought I was keeping it together. Don't do this to me, kid. I swallow, but it doesn't make my throat any less dry. The corners of my eyes are burning. Careful there. Remember that thing about wishes. Magix paw, right? I guess sitting in a car beats having customers or my manager yell at me. Silver lining. Retail? Almost as bad as zombies. Worse, probably. I try, but I can't muster up the will to laugh. Anyway, you should sleep if you want to. We'll probably be on this road a while. Yeah, you're right. Will you wake me up if anything happens? Of course. And hey, gotta be somewhere better down the road, right? Better than back there at any rate. Yeah, maybe there'll even be a station that plays both Alanis and ABBA. If there is, or ever was a station like that out there, I'd love to hear it. Hell, I'd love to shake the hand of whoever was running it. This life's too short to not just do whatever the hell you want. But I guess it ain't the time to be waiting on that. I don't know how much longer this thing's gonna get us. Well, ain't much else to do now but go until we can't anymore. The road is long, and our course is true. Nowhere to run but forward. I don't know. I don't know if it was just me, but to me it seemed like the girl had a lot more thoughts and a lot more introspection about what was going on than the guy. This was mostly just talking. And we didn't learn as much about him or his past as we learned with Shelby. Also, it would have been nice to have a bit of, you know, different topics. I guess, like different. Take the conversation into a different direction, depending on who you're playing. I don't know, but it's nice nonetheless. I like this. I like the simplicity of it, especially like you basically just have this one screen. You don't run around or something. You just navigate through the conversation and learn about the characters. I like that. That was nice. Yeah, something different. I found some other games like this that I kind of want to play, but I should probably take a break now and keep these for later. So we'll see what next week brings, I guess. No, I know what I'm gonna play. Okay. Thank you so much for sticking around and going on this car ride with me. And take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Press start.